Hey everyone, it's Desy Chang, and today I'm going to be doing an in-depth comparison between the Alpaka Vertex Pouch versus the Alpaka Sling Mini V2. In this video, I'm going to be going through all of the features. I'll let you know which sling I prefer and why, and hopefully at the end of it, I'll help you decide which sling is going to be good for you. Full disclosure, Alpaka did send me both of these slings to review. However, everything I'm going to be telling you about is going to be based on my honest opinion. I've already published individual review videos of each of these bags, and I'll link those in the description below. In terms of pricing, the Vertex retails for about $119 US, whereas the Sling Mini V2 retails for $85 US. In terms of material, this one features the X-Pack RX36 material, whereas this one is the X-Pack VX21. What is the difference? Well, when you are looking at the Vertex one, which is the RX36, it looks a little bit more like fabric, and it's very similar to the Axial Flux material that is used, and I really like it because it's actually different. Whereas this X-Pack VX21 seems like something that's been used in many different bags, and it's definitely a little bit more shiny compared to this one. Both of them are pretty good. I mean, I have no issues with either of them, and it just comes down to personal preference. In terms of weight, they're very, very similar in weight. This one right here is 420 grams and this one is 400 grams, so this one is going to be a little bit lighter in weight. In terms of sizing on the website, this one is stated at 3.5 liters and this one right here is 5 liters. But from me using it, to be completely honest, there's at times when I think this one, I can put more stuff in this bag than I can in this one. This one's just wider, and I feel like this is not 3.5 liters. This is probably going to be closer to 4.5, maybe even 5 liters. This one's thinner but larger, but this one is wider and I can put bigger items in there. So they're very, very similarly sized, I would say. One big difference is that on the Vertex, it does have a flatter and wider bottom, so you can easily stand it on a table or on the ground, pretty much anytime, anywhere. Doesn't matter what the weight distribution of it is, it's going to stand up. Now, when you are looking at the Sling Mini V2, it's way thinner and it doesn't really stand up. I have it standing up right now because I've put some heavy items in there, but it won't stand up all the time. Again, it just kind of depends on what you have in there. Both of the bags feature a D-ring at the bottom, so you can hang different accessories, or if you purchase an additional stabilizer strap, you can do that as well. They both have grab handles, which is great because I really hate slings that don't have grab handles. Now, they are quite different though. When you're looking at the Vertex, it has a pretty chunky and comfortable grab handle. It's not as wide though. When you're comparing it versus the Sling Mini though, it has a much wider grab handle, but it's a lot thinner and it's not as comfortable. So I think whenever Alpaka, if you guys are listening and you guys are gonna, designing your new sling, whatever that is coming up, if you guys can, hybrid of the two, make this one a little bit thicker or make this one a little bit thinner, make this one also a little bit wider, that would be great. But if you're asking me which handle I prefer this one right here. Now, when comparing the straps of the two bags, they are quite different. The Vertex one is better in almost every single way. Now, this one has a padded shoulder strap, this one does not. This one has a much thinner fidlock buckle to release and open. This one also you can open and close, but this mechanism is much thicker. In terms of adjustability, how easy it is to, loosen it or tighten it, this one is probably 10 times easier to adjust. You just, pull on it or you tug it to tighten it. This one kind of involves you have to kind of feed it through the loop and then you can kind of pull it. This one's not that great. Last note about the strap is that the one on the Vertex the strap is removable on both sides and it is on a swivel. So if you find that you put your bag on and your strap is twisted up, you can just essentially just untwist it easy. Whereas this one, it is not removable and you can't twist it. Both bags feature YKK AquaGuard zippers. Now let's talk about the quick access front zipper. So on the Vertex, it is pretty small. It goes only about to here. It is, meant for smaller things, sunglasses, things like that. And the cool thing about it is you can actually access that same zipper pocket from the inside of the bag. Now, when you're looking at the Sling Mini V2, the zipper pocket is much larger, so you can actually put, your phone, wallet, keys in there. It also has a key leash with a magnetic detachable thing right there. And it's also got 2 additional pouches for organization. So in terms of the front accessory pocket, this one is going to be much more bigger and useful. Now let's move on to the back side. The Vertex does not have any additional zippered pocket at the back, nothing for your passport, which is a shame. Now, but when you are looking at the Sling Mini V2, it does have a large zippered pocket for thinner items, and it does go all the way down to the bottom. So if you wanted a place for your passport, this is a great place for it. Next up, let's talk about accessibility. The Vertex is way more accessible compared to the other bag. The top flap actually flips open and there's magnets to keep it in place, which is great. Here's that one zippered pocket that I was talking about where you can access it from the inside or the outside. And inside, it's kind of like an accordion because you can kind of put your stuff right here, or you can flip it down and put your larger items in there. There's also a zippered small pocket where you can throw things like cash or memory cards. And there's a small little sleeve right here that you can open up and put something like a pen. And there's 2 other stash pockets, which are great if you wanted to put AirPods or anything similar to that size. The other thing I wanted to mention is that the bottom of this is padded. It's padded, so you can actually put a small camera in there, and when you set it down, you don't have to worry about damaging it at all. And then at the very, very back right here, there is a sleeve, and then another sleeve, and this is gonna hold an iPad mini or a Nintendo Switch. Now, when we're looking at the Sling Mini V2, it doesn't have as much organization in the main compartment, and as you can tell, it's much thinner. It's a little bit more difficult for you to kind of see all of your contents. There is 2 stash pockets on this one side. There is that kind of one main area, and the main area is not really padded. It's very, very thin padding. So if you did put a camera in there, you just got to be careful. And then it has kind of like the same kind of felt lined sleeve at the back right here if you want to put a Nintendo Switch or an iPad mini. In terms of my personal preference and which one I would choose, I would spend the extra $1 and go for the Vertex. I just really like how the strap is much more versatile, it's much more comfortable, it's padded so I can put a camera in there, and I really like how that front flap opens up so you can really easily see all of your contents. Anyways, I hope you found this review and comparison useful, and if you liked it, please, and you want to see me do more, please like and subscribe, and definitely don't forget to follow me on Instagram at Desy31.